always fought just to wear the crown. I'm off at these fucking clowns who were all taught they deserve an ounce. It's only worth it if you work for it. It's only worth it if you work for it. I won't stop till they hear me now. I won't stop till I wear the crown.
What's up, guys? Master Styles here, welcoming you back to Inside Gaming, your go-to source for all things Eternal Evolution. And first thing we're going to do before we even hop into anything, let's actually go over to the new hero here and see if they made that adjustment. So down here, it's still saying the same thing. Or that means that they're not going to change it, or they don't know about it, right? So with Wormhole skill here, he's able to lock down bosses. That's going to be great in Twilight Lands. Anything PvE related that has bosses, he's able to lock them down. And that's why if you watch the EX30 video for this guy, right? If you haven't, go check it out. But we'll see that here, of course. And we're going to take him into Holy Land contract. So let's actually go over, see what we have for the events real quick. Return to Giant Tower, nothing new there. Soul Crystal for Kareolis, and of course copies. For the Quantum Mimic, we have Taresh, still great. I still use Taresh on my tank team. And of course there's the bionic braces. Wish it would just give me the third slot prototype. That's what I've been saving for. I don't really use it. It rolls over, for those that don't know. And of course, Hero Rally. Nothing new there. And that is that for the event. Of course, we also have the Mysterious event. And this has to do with the Awakening. They need an event similar to this one for the Super Breakthrough Heroes. But again, let's just see if they made any adjustments in terms of the boxes. This one is the later box. They have Hindo, and they didn't add anything else. What they could do is actually get a universal SB one where you can utilize it and put it in here, right? Even though it'll be a tougher choice because now you have to choose between the Awakened Crystal and the SB one, or just find another way to get some SB resources into the game. We also have Sir Valley added to here too. Okay, finally. She wasn't in there for a long time. But that is that there. Let's actually go take a look at the new Awakened hero. But what we're going to do, we got to do some summons first, right? So we definitely want to stick out around to see what he does in PvP. I'll take him into PvP, Holy Land contract, and all of that. So unfortunately here, I literally, like I mentioned in the previous video, I just brought him to Immortal 5 recently because of the energy team I was running. And I would have been able to summon for him, would have needed 6 copies to get him to Immortal 5. We already have Rose at Immortal 5. We already have Bergman at Immortal 5. So that only leaves, unfortunately, this. And there's no guarantees. But we'll do the 200 and get the 2 Soul Crystal for Kareolis. And I'm already hearing myself wanting to say Canis. So if I accidentally call Kareolis Canis, leave me alone. Okay? Let me live. Let's just do the 200 here, and hopefully we can get some copies. If not, then it's just going to be what it is. We need how many copies of this guy? Wow, they gave me a double. Now, I was going to say something about that, but I'm going to leave it alone. He is at Immortal 3, so we need 4. Just give me 4. How hard is that, right? It's not guaranteed. That's the unfortunate part, all right? Okay, so we got 1. We only need 3 more. And then after that, we still got to keep going, even if we got all 4. So, ooh, okay. Triple. Can we get our first triple? Because if they're just throwing out doubles like that, I had to let the animation play out. Double. Okay. Nice. Love that. We only need 2 more copies of this guy to get to Immortal 5. Let's see where we are. Let's see. Now we need another 120. Man, tough situation, right? Eventually we'll get to that point where we're just gonna have to pull these tickets because we need the Soul Crystal. All right, what we need? No, we only need 1 more, right? Or 2 more. I think we need 2 more. My math is off because I assumed that I pulled one, but it was a double. Okay, this one, it's just tough, right? Because when you're pulling on the regular banner, it's like it's not the same as a wish list. Wish list would at least give me 6. But there we go. If you want to double up, just double up for the sake of the video. I would love you forever, right? No? Okay. Gotta keep track of my numbers. I'm not going over. I'm just not. Let's see. So we need, what, 50 more? Right? Yeah. But either way, I'll just bring him to Immortal 5 because we'll have the resources to do it. And that's 30. That's 1. I know I said I wasn't gonna go over, but I might have to, right? Because it will be close to that. Yeah, sure. I know I said I wasn't. Leave me alone, okay? I know I said it, but just to see, and we get okay. All right, okay, cool. That's fine. That's all right. And we got 210. We went over a little bit. Just leave me alone, okay? It's early in the morning. Let me live. So, of course, if you don't know, I always like to say this because, newer players are sometimes watching. You need 80 tickets to get your first soul crystal and then another 120. That's why I pulled for 200 to get the second soul crystal. And, of course, right, the reason why I'm not going to 300 is because now I'm just going to be pulling tickets and I'm not really getting any hero in return. But maybe if we need some additional shards to push over to get him to awaken 7. But in this video, we'll bring him to awaken 5 at least, right? So we can see what the ultimate's looking like, what he looks like. So give me a second. We'll level him up and then we'll go over the skills, right? All right, so here he is. First up, what do we get? The usual: increase to attack, increase to HP and defense, which is 15% increase. Then we get some damage amp, nothing new there, right? Which is great. And some damage reduction, which is awesome overall, right? Then we get to the, wow, I was right. Then we get to Awaken 3. The duration of the Abyss Field is extended by 30 seconds, right? So that means that it was already 12, so that's 42 seconds. That's a long time for protection, 1, and in PvP, that's actually pretty good. Activating an energy explosion every 5 seconds, dealing damage to all enemies equal to 1800% of attack and knocking back enemies from Kareolis' side of the battlefield by 5 meters. During the explosion, ally units within the Abyss field restore HP equal to 1600% of Kareolis' attack and gain 100 energy. Oh, okay, sure. Some additional healing, because if Miranda goes down, which is what I was saying, we do have the ability to heal. It's like they were listening to my video, because I was like, once Miranda dies, I now have to run Lifesteal Gem because they don't have the ability to heal. Of course, we get an increase to attack. Let's actually activate this. Increase to attack, which is great for him, and some additional HP, which is also going to help out with the survivability, but I don't think they'll have that survivability issue for too long. And then we have the new ultimate skill, Heavenly Flame. Kareolis punishes enemies with Heavenly Fire, dealing true damage to all targets in a selected area equal to 2500% of Kareolis' attack, reduces their energy by 400. So every time he casts his ultimate, it's going to be reducing their energy by 400. And I want to say 50, right? Because of the 3rd slot prototype. Wow, that is insane. This effect deals double damage to summon creatures. Okay, this is the one that does the double damage. Then a shockwave spreads across the battlefield, dispelling all invincibility effect from enemies and dealing damage to all targets equal to 2200% of Kareolis' attack. Wow. Okay. All right. So there he is. We'll see what the change is, and then we'll come back. Right. Let's go see what he looks like. I still think they should change this image here. I always say that. He looks a little different. I can see it. Let's see when he lands. Let's take a look at him. He looks a little bit different. I think it may be the arm band here or whatever it may be, but he just looks different. I can't put my finger on it. He doesn't look like the same one. Maybe his beard is a little bit longer. Let's go over to here and see what it looks like. And where is he? He should be in my favorites. Yeah, see, he looks definitely different. I wish you could see that, right? Does he have 4 eyes? Kareolis had 4 eyes this whole time. I did not know that. But again, let's actually go back to him and finish off his awakened tree. So we get crit rate, which is great. Thing is, now that he has the crit rate here on his tree, you can actually run crit damage instead, right? If you got the right stats, you can run some crit damage on the glove and crit damage, more crit damage there. And of course, on the A side, we have Heavenly Fire skill enhancement. When the shockwave spreads, all ally units receive a shield equal to 1500% of Kareolis's attack for 8 seconds. Wow. Enemies in the surrounding area affected by Heavenly Fire are stunned for 3 seconds and slightly pushing them towards the center of the effect. On the B side, we have Thunderous Abyss skill enhance. All ally heroes within the Abyss field receive the Thunder barrier at the start of battle, and with each energy explosion, incoming damage is reduced by 80% for 5 seconds. So damage reduction, explosion, 5 seconds, another explosion. Wow. Jeez. This guy. They might have well have made him the 6th hero, right? Yeah. So let's actually take a look at his gears here. So interestingly enough, like I said, I was already going to run him on my energy team. So this is great. I had already done his gears before that. I had nothing on him. So I started investing in him, not even knowing that an awakening was coming. I knew eventually it would come, but not this soon, right? So right now I'm running crit rate. Once I get him to awaken 6, I'm going to switch over to, because I already have it here, crit damage. And probably would have to either stay with the crit rate and then change these to overload, right? That's one way to go. And of course, attack. He doesn't need accuracy, which is great. Love that. Love that you don't need accuracy. So now, where can we go? Endless Battles is still up, and I want to try him there before this Endless Battle goes away. Okay, I'm clicking on the wrong thing. All right, let's focus up. All right, so here it is. What is my top score? My top score is 141 million. Can the energy heroes beat that? This is a team that I'm running. It works. It gets the job done, right? Let's take them out. You do not get bonus points for having him there. So what we're gonna do, we're actually gonna put him in there and just see. He's here, and we'll put Ravenna. So Nord will go in the front and see. Yeah, bug gear. Ravenna. Let me just set this up. All right, so I was planning on doing the bug gear, but what I'm just gonna do, because it's gonna take me too much time to switch stuff around, and I don't really have the setup right now. So what we're gonna do, we're just gonna see what he does here. It's not about the damage tests and all of that. I kind of want to turn. Now we'll let his ultimate rock, because I was gonna turn it off, but let's just see how they're looking in terms of the damage. And the field is definitely bigger. It covers the front line too. Yeah, it's definitely bigger. I don't remember it being that big, but he's doing some crazy damage here. What happened to Nord's damage? Oh, well, in this situation, Nord gets pushed to the back anyway, so not really surprised. And because Nord is actually targeting the boss, so Nord's damage is going to be Nord's damage, right? If you manual him, chances are he'll do a lot more damage. But let's just see what is what. It's gone now. Now the question is, once that leaves, right? You know, most fights don't really last that long in PvP. But how's the protection after that? But again, here you're not really gonna see much in terms of, you know, what is what, because this is PvE. They're not gonna die. They're not in trouble of dying. I think the best test for all of that is Twilight Lands, right? Twilight Lands is where you're really gonna see. But his damage is looking great. He's right behind Nord. And interestingly enough, Ravenna's now out DPSing the new hero. Huh. Wow. That's interesting. Because I thought he was already out DPSing her in the last one. I would have to go back and check, or you let me know that in the comments, because I don't remember her doing as much damage, right? Maybe the new hero is actually amplifying her damage, right? Because of the AoE increase. But hey, Gara looking good. Love to see that. Nord could definitely do way more damage than he's doing, because he's just back there fighting with the boss. Could be targeting the ads and definitely do some more damage. But all in all, looking good. Their damage is very close. Now imagine, when it gets to 7, it's not going to be much increase to his damage. Obviously, the additional crit rate will help out, but for right now, not bad. Not bad at all. I like it. Definitely do. But it's a great addition, right? He was already on the team for me. So in this situation, not really a damage test. Just wanted to see what he's looking like in terms of his damage, because to compare it again, people are going to say, oh no, you're comparing this hero to that hero. I don't want to hear it in the comments, right? But here, Ravenna is right behind him. He's in front of Ravenna. But again, he is going to do a good amount of damage. I already expected that. So now let's actually go over to what you most likely clicked on to see what team you run over here. For me right now, this is a team I'm going to run. I need to switch this out to the hammer. Just realized that. Can you switch? Right? Everything's already set up. We're good and ready to go. What is Kareolis' crit rate? Let's see. Kareolis has a crit rate of over 100%. He has 95 crit rate. So only reason why we would need that thing, that we don't need it. We really don't need that 24, right? No, we don't. Because it would be better to do a damage increase versus that. But again, it's just a run through here. And let's see what we get. So they do have the ads. And Emma, wait. I don't like that. So Emma, you're gonna sit this one out. I'm gonna go with Ravenna, where we get the additional damage increase, right? Oh yeah, I'm like, who's moving people around like that? So I'll do the actual fight here, right? We're gonna put 3 into Canis. Of course, Wukong's gonna die, which is okay. We're okay with that. Can Connor move them? That's a good question too. So let's see here. The field is still there. Now the question is, does the field protect the front row? I know in the description before it was saying it doesn't. It's just the middle and back row. Well, because it's so big, technically you're in the field, right? And there's so many different things. I'm glad that they didn't keep that restriction for Canis, because that didn't make any sense. That was like a downgrade in terms of that. But damage is okay, right? You got heavy hitters here. You got Connor, of course, Wukong. I think that Wukong got stronger, right? They definitely buffed his damage, right? Because for me, I'm like, when I face a summoner team with him, I'm like, yo, he erases Deiji, right? Dodgy Deiji, whatever, Summoner SP, leave me alone. But here, in this situation, we'll get him one more time bigger, one a lot bigger, right? And that's pretty much it there. Of course, there are gonna be variations of this. You can use Jaxity too, but again, I'm a bigger fan of Connor. Now the question is a boss's skills working, right? I still see we'll have to test that out separately to find out. If you're in my Discord, chances are somebody will do that test over there. But we just wanted to see what the damage is looking. I didn't expect him to go crazy here. I don't. But I just know that in this situation, he's going to aid in terms of what's going on. So let's take a look at the numbers here. Connor, of course, is blowing out the water, which is, expected. And Kara actually out DPS is the new hero, which is understandable. He is awakened. He does gain some additional things. But what I want to see now is we're going to go straight to it, right? So we're going to do the rematch, right? If you haven't seen it, just know that in the AX30 video, we lost to this team. I think we ended up beating them. Once we switch over to decrease healing and shielding. So again, he has all red gems for the first slot. And in the middle, he has couple of red gems, and of course he's decreasing our energy, and all red gems for the third slot. So that's increase. That's a lot of increased HP, and all we got is 4, and the other ones don't really matter because it's not gonna aid in our damage. We got 5 out of 5 when it comes to Atlas, right? Stuff you need to know. Gears are the same, nothing too different there. Let's just see how we do, right? So now we're in a field. We kind of step out of it a little bit, and of course, wasn't really worried about the damage that we're gonna take in the beginning because again, we have take. Take's gonna help to protect the team. Now the question is, do you still run take, right? And we are tearing them apart. We are tearing them apart. They are in they're just in trouble. Like at this point, we're already fighting Deji, right? And then he casts his ultimate. We're gonna pack up. They can't even move out of there, which is great. See, I love this. You see where the foxes are? They're over there. They're fighting Nord, and that's it. It's just not even fair at that point, right? They didn't even come to the other side. Only thing that came to our side was Durgan for maybe about 5 seconds. So we'll do the other fight here. This is the one that is a lot tougher to deal with. Of course, they got energy up. They're reducing our healing and shielding. We're gonna start out with 0 energy, right? Has all the healing and shielding too, right? That's what it was. He has increased the healing and shielding. I think we need to reduce their healing and shielding. But let's just see what we can do here. If we can beat this team, we're in a better spot. Because before, we couldn't even do nothing to them. So there we go. Cervelli classes her ultimate. And it's just dangerous because, again, Sekai is right outside of... Not Sekai. Akai. He's right outside of it. So I still think with this team, we still need the... What do you call that? Well, actually, Take is dead. Wow, yeah. We need to reduce their healing and shielding, definitely. But are we doing better? Yes, definitely. That explosion there is pretty good. And of course, once we get to higher levels, we'll be able to what? To remove no stun for 3 seconds. Like I said, I just wish we can't beat them here, but I think that adjustment there may potentially help. I just wish that it would remove shields. I don't understand why you didn't make it so it remove shields. Invincibility, like, come on. Nobody's really running Vanguards unless you're running 5 teams. Like, come on, man. You could have removed shields. We'd destroy this team. But look who's there. It's only Dodgy. The other ones are packed up. So what I'm going to do is make that adjustment, do that fight, and then move on from there. So what we did was we added reduction to healing and shielding, right? Which makes sense. And then we're going to reduce their energy too. Because again, Cervelli is actually what's destroying us right there in the beginning. So let's see if we can beat this team here. Of course, having a better 3rd slot prototype and a better 2nd slot prototype will definitely help out. Durgan's dropping. So see here, it's like we're just standing there. It takes so long to get going. Sekai is dead and the field is still there. We honestly need to get him to Awaken 7 here because again the additional stuns that we would gain. How many drops is Dorelli gonna do, right? So see how he walks outside of the field. Like he's way outside the field at this point, right? But you have to be inside the field to heal, and I think we can win if we can get rid of Cervelli, right? I just wish it would just remove shields, man. How did you not get that right? Nord is there. We're almost taking him out. We're close. Nord is still hanging on by a thread. Why isn't he healing? Right? Is it me or he's just not healing? Yeah, we're gonna lose. I can see Serve casting her ultimate again. It's like we're just not doing nothing to them. Why is it that they're not taking no damage, right? Yeah, but this is just a tough fight. I don't know what this Summoner team is on. Like, we can't kill anything. Yeah, so even the game was like, you know what? You might have to come back in another one, right? It just shut off. It said, you know what? We're gonna leave it up to that. What I want to look at too is go back. Let's go back to him and see exactly what this Awaken 7 says. If it's going to help with the situation we got going on, right? So when the shockwave spreads, all ally heroes receive a shield equal to 1500% of Kareolis' attack for 8 seconds. Okay, so we don't have that going on, okay? Enemies in the surrounding area affected by heavenly fire are stunned for 3 seconds and pull slightly towards the center of the effect. Okay, so that would potentially help. Right over here, we're gonna get all ally heroes within, that's the problem, receives the thunder barrier at the start of battle. Okay, so that would definitely help out. With each energy explosion, incoming damage is reduced by 80% for 5 seconds. But the problem is, as you can see, if you can rewind and look at it, or go back I should say, they've run outside of that field. So maybe the field should have been a little bit bigger, right? Because even in that last one there before it shut off, you could see that Kareolis was standing outside of the field. So it's not gonna aid in terms of the damage you do, but I still think that having lifesteal would help, because Nord wasn't healing for nothing at that point. But again, great addition, great protection, right? Very supportive, of course. And what's ultimately going to happen is that he's going to be on the energy team for a while. I'm going to make that assumption, because even if he gets power crept where he's not doing a lot of damage, it's going to take at least maybe 2 more heroes before he gets removed from the team. And his damage is great, right? He's doing some great things in terms of damage. But that is that there. Man, the Awakening just adds on to the team, makes it more tankier. You got to go Atlas, right? Maybe playing around with the other Terran units, Ravenna and all of that. But it could mean that, you have room for remove and take. But once they step outside of the field, they're still squishy, right? That's the problem I'm having. See, the first match there, we did pretty well, but we didn't have that. I just need to know what. I think he's my guildmate. I'll talk to him. I'm like, what is going on with his summoner team? And why is it that we're not doing any damage to them at some point? It's like our damage is so bad, right? But if you made it this far in the video, the word of the day is energy. I don't think it's there. Energy, no. In PvE, it's gotten better, but not enough for me not to use Canis and Jaxity, or Canis and Connor, right? You're using them in all situations. But as for the boss lockdown, let's actually see that before we get on out of here. As for testing out if the boss is being locked out, we'll put Connor here, and also we'll put Canis just for the additional support. Actually, we don't even need all of this. Let's just reset it and see what the boss is doing, right? We'll turn off his ultimate here and see if the boss is only doing one move. He should be locked out of doing anything. We'll let them be on auto. He's getting knocked down. I don't see him doing anything else, right? He just keeps doing that one skill. Yeah. Yep. So basically, he's locked out of doing anything. That's the only skill he's going to use. Well, if they're not going to fix it, Akai is a must-have for PvE, right? Definitely SS tier. Yeah. Of course, we're going to add on to the tier list. So if you haven't seen the tier list, go check it out, right? If you're new around here, make sure you hit the subscribe button for updates, guides, tier list walkthroughs, and of course, we also have the tier list edition now. Well, those that are rocking with me, let me know down in the comments how you feel about the Awakening of Canis. As you can see here, the boss is just not doing any other skill, so he's locked out. Don't know if they're gonna fix it. It is what it is, right? We can only go with what we got going on, right? Without further ado, I want to thank you for watching. Till the next video, peace.